Hello, everyone. Due to the high volume of questions on today's media call, Cody wanted to take a few moments to answer a few additional questions post-call. So, Cody, I have some questions for you that have been sent in. First question, staying with the sports-centric presentation conversation and noting how quickly AEW got in front of the Jon Moxley injury news, are there plans to do a proper talent injury report?
I think that's a really great idea. We have an actual injury report amongst our team medical, as we call them. Brandy Rhodes and Tony Khan helped organize a really good medical team with a PT unit spread across America and Dr. Michael Sampson. And Tony Khan brought in Chris Nowinski to do concussion protocol and build that out for us publicly. I think that's a great idea. I think that's something that transparency with the fans is massive. You know, all you have to do is go online and know what happened. And if the news comes right from the source, you feel a little safer about it. So I think that's a great idea. It's something we can definitely look into.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, AEW has said there will be a strong focus on tag team wrestling. What went into the decision to only have 7 to 8 teams in the tag team tournament and not invite more competitors like we saw with the larger pool of talent in the Casino Battle Royale?
I think we were focused on building the tag division with quality, true tag team duration, if that makes any sense. In the tag matches, you can't have a tag in 4 minutes. I mean, you can. Anybody can win on any given night, but showcasing tag team wrestling with the 10-second tag rule instead of the 5-second rule, and the elements that Matt and Nick bring, a little bit longer bell to bell, you can have the most exciting match of the night. Whole territories were built on tag wrestling in the past. I also think we'd like to have the finals to this tournament, you know, as we approach Charleston, West Virginia, to have the finals in the early goings of Dynamite. We're not a save anything type company, especially the Bucks, who are at the helm of the tag division and the creative there. I think we wanted to load up our first TVs and then continue to load them up as we go. We are working backwards in long form stories, and that's where our heart is at, but we also don't want to give you a meh, you know, on TV, if that makes any sense. We wanted these finals early. We wanted to show the beautiful belts that the Bucks and Jeff Jones have helped design, and we wanted to do that early on.
Thank you. Next question is, wrestling has been a mainstay on Turner, now Warner, since UHF Channel 17, just as the Superstation, was becoming a thing with cable. Your dad was a key part during many of the peaks of wrestling on Turner. Did this play a key role in why TNT was chosen to be the home for AEW Dynamite?
You know, I wish I could say it was, as far as kind of the romantic Game of Thrones. You know, the Stark family is the Rhodes family in the wrestling industry, but it was multiple factors, and they were combustible factors that really, had they not all occurred, this timeline just wouldn't exist. It's amazing to me because I know how important Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair were to TBS, and it even beginning. There was Braves baseball, Andy Griffith, and wrestling, and those were its biggest stars. So for me, I'm just blessed. There's serendipity involved here, but it wasn't a factor in whether we were going to TNT. The main factor there was Tony Khan approached TNT executives and said, you guys used to have the highest rated wrestling program, actually used to have the highest rated show on all of television. Would you like that again? I think I have a crew who can do it. And that's what got us here. Now, I'll definitely wave the banner and smash the throne and all those things because it's in my blood and bones. But I know I'm very much a creation of everything that is around me. That's Tony Khan, that's Matt and Nick, that's Kenny Omega. They help prop me up very much, and I hope I help do the same for them.
I'm sure you did, Cody. Next question. What role, if any, does the TV14 rating have on the program?
I think the role of the TV14 rating is it just allows wrestling to be what it is, violent. We're not going for TVMA. We're not going for TNA or an edgy product just to be edgy. Wrestling in the combat sports, and in this case, a form of entertainment as well, it's inherently violent. To say it isn't is bizarre. I was once on a Saturday morning show that was for kids that involved wrestling where you weren't allowed to do a headlock. And I thought, well, they shouldn't have bought a wrestling show then, because that's what this is. And that just gives us the leeway to truly be wrestling. And I think it gives people a little bit of a sense of relief. There's kind of this meme and overall outlook on TVPG when really I'm shocked at the TVPG wrestling you see today, because you're able to get away with a lot more on PG than you think. But TV14 gives us the leeway. It also lets investors know it's a little bit more adult of a product. I'm not saying anything disparaging about WWE. If they are the orange juice of wrestling, I don't mind being the Bud Light of wrestling. You like both drinks, you know. It's not. You don't have to choose.
Have you and the team had thoughts about limiting the amount of times your world champion wrestles on Dynamite? Perhaps going by the old school philosophy that it will help protect their title matches?
Well, I think the key there isn't so much our emphasis on protecting him as much as the overall protection of a title. It's not something that you just throw away on a regular basis. Title matches have to be earned. And when I said wins and losses matter in the Jacksonville parking lot and the crowd reacted, it's because they know what I'm talking about. This is not, it doesn't just happen unless the champion decides it happens or unless someone earns the title shot. And Tony Khan has been really great about defining that wins and losses, and the quality of wins, not unlike college football, really will contribute to who's going to be in that title picture.
Are there any concerns from a timing perspective going on TNT? I know that you acknowledged AEW cut it close on pay-per-views in the past.
I don't have any concerns. I think this is a big preparation crew, and preparation, it's everything in wrestling. Practice really makes perfect. We've had the opportunity to do these massive tentpole pay-per-views, and now Dynamite, this combustible package going into a 2-hour time slot. We have great referees like Paul Turner and Aubrey Edwards to help communicate the times. We have a really well-oiled go position that we're all learning how to operate in. I'm not concerned, and plus I plan for every contingency. I'm like Batman when it comes to time. I got like 6 different plans if we start getting a little loosey-goosey on time. I've done that for 11 years, adjusted times on live TV when I worked at WWE. So I know as a talent what to do, and I think I know as an executive what to do.
What's the latest with Jon Moxley right now?
Right now, Moxley just tweeted about, he's fully cleared from the MRSA infection. He went as far as getting an MRI to see if it was in his bone. It had been a long existing infection that resurfaced, and he is cleared, and he is scheduled to compete the second week in Boston. He is cleared, and he is cleared for that match with Shawn Spears.
Okay, and the last question, Cody, is Court Bauer spoke very highly of you during the conference he had yesterday, and with the relationship of shared talent under MLW deals, is this something that you would be interested in growing and possibly using other talent from MLW?
Court's a really great guy. I think he could have disliked what we were doing with some of the larger deals we were giving guys and things of that nature, but he is very much of the rising tide concept. And we, as Matt Jackson says all the time, we want to be friends with everybody. And that's a bridge we like to keep open. They have some wonderful talent at MLW. One of them in particular is the Samoan werewolf, is Jacob Fatu. I would love to see if we could get our hands on him, but obviously that's Court's guy. I'm not going to poach him or anything of that nature. We're very transparent transparent, and we communicate. We're wrestlers ourselves, so that line of communication is open, and it's a good relationship.
All right. Thank you very much, Cody, for taking the extra time to answer some additional questions, and we look forward to watching it all unfold starting tomorrow night.
Thank you so much.